The Berlin Wall was one of the most powerful and enduring symbols of the Cold War, representing the ideological and physical division between East and West, communism and capitalism, and oppression and freedom. Erected almost overnight on August 13, 1961, by the German Democratic Republic, GDR, or East Germany, the wall encircled West Berlin and physically separated it from East Berlin and the rest of East Germany. Its purpose was to stop the massive emigration of East Germans to the West, a crisis that had threatened the stability of the Eastern Bloc. Historical background. After World War II, Germany was divided into 4 zones controlled by the Allied powers, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, and the Soviet Union. Berlin, though located deep within Soviet-controlled East Germany, was also divided among the 4 powers. Tensions between the Soviet Union and the Western Allies quickly escalated into the Cold War. In 1949, the Federal Republic of Germany, West Germany, and the German Democratic Republic, East Germany, were established, each aligned with opposing global powers. By the late 1950s, East Germany was facing a severe problem. Millions of its citizens were fleeing to West Germany through the open border in Berlin. Between 1949 and 1961, over 2.5 million East Germans defected to the West, seeking political freedom, economic opportunity, and a better quality of life. This mass exodus, often referred to as the brain drain, included many skilled workers and professionals and threatened the economic viability of the East German state. Construction and structure. To stem this flow, the East German government, with Soviet backing, made the shocking decision to build a wall. On the night of August 12 to 13, 1961, East German troops and workers began sealing off the border with barbed wire, later replacing it with a concrete wall. Families were separated overnight, and commuters found themselves unable to return home. The initial structure quickly evolved into a heavily fortified barrier stretching over 155 kilometers, 96 miles, complete with guard towers, anti-vehicle trenches, and a deadly death strip of sand and floodlights. The Berlin Wall was more than a single wall. It was a complex system of fences, sensors, dog runs, and watchtowers. East German border guards were authorized to shoot anyone attempting to flee, and many did. It is estimated that over 140 people died trying to cross the wall, though some historians believe the number could be higher. Life on both sides. Life in East Berlin under the wall was marked by repression, surveillance, and limited freedoms. The East German secret police, the Stasi, maintained tight control over the population. Citizens lived under constant scrutiny, with little access to Western media, travel, or economic prosperity. Meanwhile, West Berlin became a thriving island of democracy and capitalism, receiving significant support from the West, particularly the United States. The stark contrast between the two Berlins became a potent symbol of the Cold War. Many poignant stories emerged from the wall of daring escapes via tunnels, hot air balloons, and even zip lines. Some East Berliners managed to hide in vehicles or forged documents to cross to the West. Each successful escape became a public relations disaster for the East German government. International reaction and political tensions. The Berlin Wall quickly drew international condemnation. U.S. President John F. Kennedy visited Berlin in 1963 and famously declared, "Ich bin ein Berliner," expressing solidarity with the people of West Berlin. The wall became a literal and figurative front line in the Cold War, often escalating tensions between the superpowers. Despite its function as a containment device, the wall became a rallying point for freedom and resistance. Artists and activists used the western side of the wall as a canvas for graffiti and protest art, turning it into a symbol of resilience. Fall of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall stood for 28 years. Its fall came suddenly and unexpectedly on November 9, 1989, amid a wave of democratic uprisings in Eastern Europe. Facing growing protests, political pressure, and a failing economy, the East German government announced that its citizens would be allowed to cross into West Berlin freely. Crowds surged to the checkpoints, and guards, overwhelmed and uncertain, opened the gates. Thousands of Berliners celebrated atop the wall, chipping away pieces with hammers in an emotional scene broadcast around the world. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked the beginning of the end for East Germany and signaled the collapse of communist regimes across Eastern Europe. Less than a year later, on October 3, 1990, Germany was officially reunified. Legacy. Today, only small segments of the Berlin Wall remain, preserved as historical monuments and memorials. The East Side Gallery, a 1.3-kilometer stretch adorned with murals from artists worldwide, stands as a powerful testament to peace, freedom, and unity. The Berlin Wall has become a lasting symbol once of division and now of reconciliation and hope. Its story is a reminder of how physical barriers can reflect deep ideological divides, but also how human courage and determination can overcome even the most formidable obstacles.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.